Welcome to the Wants to Battle tag 2020. If you're not familiar with this tag, it was created by Birdkeeper Toby to help new channels introduce themselves into the community, while creators that already have videos can answer questions about their channel alongside the questions about the franchise. I've been tagged by Pallet University this year to respond, so without further exposition, let's begin. Question 1. Why did you choose your YouTube name? DerekTriForce is a bit odd for a Pokemon-centric channel. If I recall correctly, the original name was nearly DerekTriAttack, which was a combination of my name and favorite move at the time, though DerekTriAttack doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as Triforce. So I changed it. The Triforce in my username has no relation to The Legend of Zelda, and I'm not very familiar with the series in general, though I would like to play and beat a few of the games in the future, especially Breath of the Wild and A Link to the Past. Though I doubt I'll change my username since I've grown rather attached to both DerekTriForce and my mascot PhD Pikachu, I have pondered what a rebrand could look like, and I came up with the idea of Porygon D. The username would represent the channel's Pokemon-centric focus. Porygon Z would be my mascot because it's one of my favorite Pokemon that learns Tri-Attack. And lastly, the D would represent the first initial of my name. Number 2. What is your favorite Pokemon game? A classic question, and honestly, the answer changes from time to time, but some consistent top runners are Platinum, Heart Gold, and Explorers of Sky. While my first Pokemon game was Crystal, I have very fond memories of the entire 4th generation due to its prime being during my late childhood, where I started to actually understand what Pokemon was. But to properly answer the question, as it currently stands, my favorite Pokemon game is PMD Explorers of Sky. I've replayed it fully roughly 20 or so times, often at least once a year, though I'm not exactly sure. Despite my inactivity on my channel last year, I've actually been working pretty hard on GFX for a PMD Explorers of Sky dubbing project for Eriksen. I'm responsible for the overall non-edited visual aspects of the project, including thumbnails, overlays, etc. We're currently working on Beat of Swish, and if you're interested, there will be a link to the first episode in the description. Number 3. What is your favorite evil team? Team Rocket is classic, especially Jessie, James, and Meowth. I also find myself fond of the evolution Team Plasma has across 2 games, though I feel Team Skull is my current favorite. Their overall lighthearted comedic punk nature stuck out to me throughout the games, and Guzma is probably one of my favorite evil team leaders, and Galiciopod is one of my favorite bug-type Pokemon, so it's a triple win. The comedic goofiness of Team Skull inspired me to come up with some sketch comedy ideas around 2 of the grunts. I shared my ideas with a group of friends, and after some discussion, developed a bit of an interest in trying out live-action videos. Though I lack experience, I figured it would be fun nonetheless, and since I was gifted a camcorder recently, these ideas could come to fruition. Though, more on that in the next question. Number 4. Any channel plans this year? Well, for starters, I'm certain that I'm going to keep working with the crew on the Explorers of Sky fan dub, potentially getting a character to voice act. Again, link in the description. The team's put a lot of tremendous work into finishing all the current episodes, and I highly recommend them. For my channel, I'm not setting any plans in stone, but I do have a lot of ideas I'd like to either complete or start in 2020 or in the following year. But I'll repeat that I don't want to feel like I'm obligating myself to them. This year, alongside Poke Profiles and Pokemon Geographic, I have an interest in debuting 2 brand new series, Pokemon Psychology and Castilla Insider. The former stems from some video ideas developed back in early 2018 and developed fully into a series in 2019. A solid example of what Pokemon Psychology could look like was found in my last upload where some neuropsychology was discussed in the context of the Lake Guardian's inspirations. It's going to be really fun diving into this subject through a Pokemon lens. Here's a tease for the first episode. Castilla Insider, on the other hand, is less developed than Pokemon Psychology, or Psych for short. The series will focus on a variety of business topics, and since it isn't as far along, I'm not ready to announce any specific video idea yet. It should be a fun way to study, discuss, and share various business concepts whilst I actively work towards my currently planned business admin degree. Outside of the main channel series, I also have at least 2 mini-series sketched out. One I'll call Triple C since its full name would reveal a bit too much information. The second is retrospectives on various Pokemon games. Both are planned to have tangible, final episodes, though after that final there could always be more. They are also planned to be a bit bigger in structure in both writing style and length, which will be a bit of a creative challenge for myself. Alongside series, I also have various discussions and theories sketched out. I'll be supplementing new theories with remakes of the original batch published before 2017 as I have previously. There's also a handful of countdown style videos I have planned for this year, as they were always fun to make. Aside from those, I'm interested in remixing and have plans to experiment around with LMMS. Though I haven't learned the program much, I'm still excited to try, as I both enjoy listening to remixes and have an interest in doing some myself for a few years now. I mentioned live action in the previous question, which, like remixing, is something entirely new that I have an interest in trying out. While I'm not going to mention anything specific, I do have some sketch comedy ideas written down, a short film I want to do with some friends, and a special October video which will likely be within the Pokemon Psych series. The live action videos fall in the same category as the various projects I've drafted up, as I only recently split the two of them. Both projects and live actions will be rather creatively challenging for me, either in length or another factor, though due to their nature they may end up being scrapped. That's about all the plans I can list and categorize at the moment. The plans are subject to change, of course. While I haven't been actively posting videos last year, I have been developing these ideas throughout 2019. And perhaps someday they'll be realized, even if it's not this year. Number 5. Why did you start this channel? This channel began as a second start at YouTube and was going to focus primarily on first-person shooters and RPGs. My first channel was created in 2012, but it lacked direction, so after a few years I began saving money up for a new PC by recycling aluminum cans. Once I had purchased the parts for a new PC, I then created DerekTriForce. The first videos on this channel are still public, so it's rather interesting to see the transition over from the original concept to the current Pokemon-based videos. Today, this channel is my primary hub of creative expression. Diving into topics that interest me and then sharing what I learned through video is an absolute blast. I like discussing Pokemon topics through discussions and sharing my thoughts on the franchise. If everything suggested in the previous question gets published in some form, I would have begun to remix and direct live action videos for the first time, which is something I didn't even think would be on the channel 5 years ago. I'm happy with the channel's evolution over time, and my current plans have me pumped for the channel's future. Number 6. Recommend another channel. There are 4 channels I want to recommend, including the Rune Manic Files, Kaihatsu, Xontron, and Pallet University. I have mentioned Rune in the past, so I won't retread the same ground. They are a fantastic Pokemon content creator, and I highly recommend them. Kaihatsu is someone I met through Rune and had the opportunity to converse with on a couple of occasions. While they aren't entirely a Pokemon channel, I still highly recommend them. Out of the videos I've seen thus far, my recommendation would be Kai's Super Mario World's 800-year-old art style. I also recommend Xontron. They primarily remix Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tracks on their channel, and if you like orchestral remixes and other styles of your favorite PMD tunes, then do go and check them out. Lastly, I'll recommend Pallet University. He both tagged me for this video and tagged me for a scrap video response for the Pokemon Positivity tag. Though I haven't seen many of his videos, I've been planning on watching his series on fossil Pokemon, to which I recommend. Links will be provided in the description for all 4 channels. Number 7. Tag 3 other channels. While it's technically a bit late to tag, I'll do so anyway since there's only one channel I want to tag at the moment, which is Jet Eriksen. It's entirely up to you if you want to respond to this tag, Jet. If so, the questions will be provided in the description. Hey, thanks for watching the video! Sometime in 2019, I picked up a copy of Sony Vegas 15 through Humble Bundle, and this is the first video I've edited using the program. So I'm excited to see what it has to offer as I improve on using it. Also, before you go, consider following me on Twitter and Twitch. I tend to be active on the former with teases and other tweets, while on the latter I recently streamed the creation of both this video's thumbnail and the planned first episode of Pokemon Psych. I also have a Discord server, though it's not very active, but feel free to join and spark a convo. And, like always, I'll catch you in the next one.